Haas, Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine, Aston Martin, Williams, McLaren, Sauber, Redbull, RB, all battling for one thing, and one thing only. Glory? The championship? I guess that's two things, but you get what I'm trying to say. If your name is Red Bull, you probably have like a 99% chance of winning the Constructors' Championship, and if your name is Haas, well, mathematically and realistically, everyone in the world knows that you have a 0% chance of winning the championship ever. You know, you could just give up now, sell the team, it would be better. With that said, there are 10 teams currently on the Formula 1 grid, and you know what? This is every Formula 1 team explained by an idiot. Yay! Seems like a championship is brewing up in Formula 1 at the moment. Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc, who wouldn't want to see that? I would. If you want to see it, you should probably subscribe and link, otherwise it will not happen. Everybody's favorite team, everybody's... Nah, I'm just joking. I don't see many people liking Haas. Haas is a team that has been on the field since 2016. That's a couple years. They've had that many years to get to grips with Formula 1. Understand, oh my god, we're actually a Formula 1 team. We can actually win the championship. We can actually win races. Oh, we can actually have good drivers. But in their whole existence in Formula 1, they have pretty much every single season been plumb last. They have never had good drivers. The only time they've been in close proximity with good drivers was Australia 2016. That's probably something different to what you expect. They've never been in contact with good drivers. Nobody wants to drive for them because most likely you're going to be ruined by that team. Your reputation is... It's a team that doesn't offer much. They've never stood on the podium and therefore they've never won a race. But that's not to say that they don't have any silverware in their cabinet. If you head into their factory, they have one little piece of... It's not even silver, it's a black tire. They have a pole position to their name. Honestly, congratulations. For what you are, well done. They've had bad drivers after bad drivers after even more bad drivers in their team. And the only reason why some people did support Haas back in the day is because of Gunther Steiner, the team principal, an absolute fucking icon.
He does not fox smash my door.
But now that he has departed, there is no reason to support Haas or like them or anything. They had one all-right season in 2018, but rumor has it that Grosjean still thinks that Ericsson hit him. And that is literally pretty much Haas. It's like taking your average Sunday League team, going to some random field, taking that team, and then putting them in a match against Man City. It's literally the same. It's like a fish swimming with sharks. Why? Now, literally the polar opposite of Haas. Haas, awful. Ferrari, great. Glory.
It's the greatest achievement in the history of Formula 1 racing. This is history.
16 championships, 245 wins, 250 pole positions. Yeah, that's not too shabby for a team, is it? Their car is red like Lightning McQueen. Their car is red like the tears of absolute pain that every single Ferrari fan is currently crying. Or has been for the last 15 years because they've been nowhere. They've been in Formula 1 since the start. They have been in every single race and they have, well, not finished every single race because on occasions you do get some double DNFs. But just like Haas has literally been at the bottom of the field pretty much every single season, Ferrari has been at the top pretty much every single season. Pretty much every single great driver has raced for them. Some of them have found glory. And others, they haven't found the greatest of success with them, even though their car was still quite good. Alonso and Vettel are still crying in their sleep. But just like any other religion, Ferrari is like a religious team. The Tifosi worship Ferrari. It's like a massive big Italian family. Everybody loves them. Who doesn't want to see them back at the top? I would. Ferrari being Ferrari, of course, they create their own engines. They sell them to Haas, to Sauber. They can do that. They are them. Do you know what they honestly are? They're honestly like Manchester United. Once so good on the Ferguson, but now, still up there, but not the greatest. Not the worst. Mercedes is one of the newest teams and yet still one of the oldest in Formula 1.
What?
They competed back in the day in Formula 1 and they were incredible. Championships after championships back in the day until a slight little Le Mans crash and everyone got scared and they withdrew from all competitions in motorsport. But there came a point in time where they were like, I think we should start competing again. And competing they did in 2010. That's what I mean. Still one of the newest teamers on the grid. And they weren't just competing for the fun of it, just like Haas. Like, what are they actually doing? Haas, Mercedes, both relatively new teams. By relatively, it's been like, what, 14 years that they've been in the sport? But yet again, unlike Haas, they've actually achieved something.
Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix and is a 7-time champion of the world.
They've had Michael Schumacher, they've had Rosberg as drivers, and Lewis Hamilton, he has done bits for the team. Of course, they also produce their own engines, because why would they buy other engines? No. They are the big dogs. They sell their engines to McLaren. They sell it to Aston Martin. They are them. Or they were them until the 12th of December, 2021.
Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside.
They had a wake-up call. They've just been winning for like countless years and years and years. And now they aren't. They're like a midfield team. People support them because Lewis Hamilton is there, and after Lewis Hamilton leaves at the end of the season, well, we'll see how many fans stick around to support the midfield Mercedes. Alpine are a team that have been mid for like ever, except for 2 seasons that were actually good. 5 and 6, yeah, young Buck and Alonso actually managed to beat prime Michael Schumacher. This right here is Alonso. This is him overtaking Michael Schumacher. And this is him celebrating a win. Pretty cool. Back then, the car looked nice. Back then, Alonso was young. Back then, everything about that team was, oh my god, it's actually cool. But now, over the years, it's just been dipping and dipping and dipping. Until it has really dipped. Rock bottom. The stone has sunk in the ocean. They are literally right now one of the worst cars on the grid. One of the ugliest cars on the grid. Everything about that team is an absolute mess. The management, disappointing. What is actually happening? Everyone's being fired, everyone's being dropped, everybody's leaving, nobody wants to be there, and if they do want to be there, they're being kicked. Oh, and it's not just issues with the team, it's issues with the car, and it's issues with the drivers. Any good drivers that they've had or potentially had, they've slipped away from their fingertips. Danny Ricciardo, when he was actually good, yeah, well, he left. Fernando Alonso was happy to leave for the 3rd time from that team, and Oscar Piastri, he dropped a bombshell. Oh, and now you have the incompetent Esteban Ocon, who thinks it's good or fine to bully your teammates and absolutely clot them into walls every single second you can.
What the fuck?
Now, if I were in my car, I'd look at that space and go, well, that's too small. And then I'd go find another. But that's not what a French person would do.
What the fuck?
Now, if you don't think that's a mess, then yeah. Not discrediting them or anything, they have won championships in the past, they have won races in the past, and podiums. Even last year, they were scoring podiums. But the ship has sunk. Now, in my eyes, Aston Martin is a team that screams luxury, it screams James Bond, it screams Ian Fleming, it screams old, it's, oh my god, it's beautiful. That's what it's meant to be.
The name's Bond. James Bond. But that team has a big hamasha, a big fatal flaw. It is riddled with a one man, and a one man that will never be forgiven. The infamous Lance Stroll.
Hi, I'm Lance Stroll.
Now, at face value, Aston Martin being that whole money team, oh my god, it's so cool, villain, super villain. Well, it actually is. Lawrence Stroll, who owns the team, he is breaded. They pretty much have a secret agent as a driver in Fernando Alonso at the moment, and yet the incompetent fool of Lance Stroll. Father, son, you know, hey, son, I'm gonna hook you up with a seat. Doesn't matter how bad you are, you can still drive for the team. You can be the single anchor of the team, stopping the team from moving forward. That's on you, but hey, you can drive. In the minimal years they've been called Aston Martin, things have been alright. They've scored a decent amount of podiums, haven't won a race yet. Under the team name Aston Martin, all have been scored by other drivers and not Lance Stroll, no surprise there. They peaked in 2023 being one of the best cars on the grid, but right now, they are, yet again, dwindling down like Mercedes being a midfield team. And that is the super team of Aston Martin. It's a shame they're not as cool as James Bond on track or as impressive. Well, they were last year, but now, no. Williams in 2021.
Williams in 2022. Williams in 2023. Williams in 2024. By the looks of it, Williams is an awful team. They've been dead last for a long time, and it seems like finally they were getting out of that miserable hole, but they've darted back down to being one of the worst teams. They've had bad drivers after bad drivers, after bad management after bad management, but finally now it seems like they're actually getting to grips. Alex Albon's in the team. Oh my god, spicy driver, and James Vowles. Bottas might not like him, but everybody else does. All of that intense build-up for yet again another trash team like Haas. The only difference is that Haas have literally had 0 accolades to their name, whereas Williams, in the past, things were actually good. You know, Williams is like your corner shop store, like your liquor store. You have your big shops, your Costco, your Walmart, your Best Buy. And Williams, just your nice little family-owned business in the sport trying to do bits. And bits they did back in the day. 9 championships? That is second of most teams. Ferrari obviously being first, Williams, like, what? Back in the day, the cars were beautiful. They had incredible drivers. But over the last couple years, things have just been slowly dwindling down, and it literally hit rock bottom. But now, slowly, they're starting to climb their way back. British team, British at heart, everything about them is just cool. Who wouldn't want to like them? Who doesn't want to support them? Everybody likes Williams. Everybody wants them to succeed, finally, after all of these years. McLaren is in a similar ship to Ferrari. They were once so good at winning championships everywhere.
Guys, I'm speechless.
They had the best drivers in their team. Lewis Hamilton, they had Fernando Alonso, they had Mika Hakkinen, they had so much more. Oh, and I'm just gonna forget Ayrton Senna and Alan Prost. Yeah, no. But just like Ferrari, they haven't won a championship in quite a while. Which is honestly surprising because championships is something that is very common to McLaren. Or, well, they have 8 to their name. Constructors, that is. The times when Senna and Prost were in the team, they were winning championships pretty much every single season. I mean, yeah, the seasons did boil down to whoever could crash each other out at the last race. But hey, a championship is a championship.
This is the opportunity that Senna's looking for, and he's going through. Ouch! Oh my goodness, this is fantastic! Senna is trying to go through on the inside, and it's happened immediately!
They were stacking up wins upon even more wins until they weren't. They hit rock bottom in like 2014, 15, 16, 17. Altogether, all bad years, but now brought their way back up to the top. They are now winning races in contention pretty much every single weekend.
Lando Norris wins for the first time in Formula One!
Everybody likes them. They have Oscar Piastri behind the wheel. They have Lando Norris behind the wheel. It's a team that just makes you smile. I don't know anyone who doesn't support McLaren. Everybody likes them, everybody wants to see them win. It's just a lovable team. But that's not to say that they haven't goofed up in the past. 2007 was a pretty dark season for them. So great, but so dark. Sauber is a team in Formula One that at the moment or ever has always been quite poor. They haven't won any championships. They've won a race.
Wasn't easy.
Robert, bravo, bravissimo, bravissimo. That's an historical win, Robert.
But they've never been good. Now, if you call coming second or third in the Constructors' Championship in like 2007, 2008, if you call that being good, then honestly, fine. They were good for like 2 seasons and they peaked. And now, where are they? Oh yeah, down at the bottom, being sold because they are that irrelevant. The team is literally being disbanded. It's being sold to Audi because nobody really cares. You know what I'm saying? At the moment, it's a team right now who have sold their soul to the devil. They are getting sponsorships upon sponsorships by some pretty weird companies. Kick, Stake, the gambling, it's just all a bit weird. They went from having the nice Alfa Romeo livery sponsorships to now Stake F1 team, wow. No, being real, the team is either a retirement home for drivers who they've had a good career, like Kimi Raikkonen, he went there to retire. Or it's a breeding ground for young drivers, just like Charles Leclerc, who can step up into a better car when they're ready, aka the Ferrari, and start winning in glory. To be honest, not many people like that team, it's just irrelevant. Nothing really happened. You know what I mean? It's there. You forget about it on occasions, it's just there. Yeah, Red Bull is a team in Formula 1. You know the drink that you drink when you want to get extra hyper? Yeah, that's somehow a team in Formula 1. It gives you wings, it says. Oh, it actually does give you wings in Formula 1 because they are flying on the track. They've been a team since 2005, and in that time, they've amassed a total of 6 Constructors' Championships and 7 drivers. Not too shabby for a drink now, is it? It's a quite interesting team and an entertaining team to watch, because you never know what's going to happen. One day, you might be airborne, literally wings flying through the air. The next, you could be dethroning Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion, and winning a championship. Actually interesting. The next, your team principal, Christian Horner, could be behind bars. Popo sirens, whoa, 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 you know? And then the next, you could be breaking every single record there is in Formula 1, winning pretty much every single race in the season. Now, that is Red Bull summed up for you. If they are going to attend a racetrack or even compete for the championship, they're not going to compete for the championship like some random blokes. They're going to do it with sheer dominance. They're going to both fists fighting for that championship, arms out, legs out, everything that they can. But it was like that. And this season is no different. They started with sheer and utter dominance, 20 seconds lead every single race. But now it seems like they have a fatal flaw in their car. Seems like it doesn't like to ride over the curbs. I mean, put Christian Horner in that car and it will be able to ride anything. See what I did there? I'm actually quite chuffed with that one. They've had Sebastian Vettel as a driver. Now they have Max Verstappen. Just honestly, they've had great drivers upon great drivers. Similar to Ferrari having the Tifosi army behind them, supporting them. Well, so does Red Bull. Currently, they have the Dutch army. It's a team where you can expect greatness, and greatness has been in that team for quite a while. But at the moment, it seems like everything is kind of disbanding. People are deciding to leave the team. There is drama upon drama, and I'm not sure whether their winning ways will be, kept. They buy engines from Honda, soon to be buying engines from Ford. Of course, they're not going to put a Red Bull can in the back of the car, be like, this can power the car. No. Overall, a pretty cool team to watch. I mean, Red Bull is cool in general. Everything that they do in like every motorsport, football teams, random challenges, it's all pretty cool. And Formula 1 is the same. It's just a little sketchy, and everything about that team is just a tad weird. Yeah, Red Bull might be winning everything at the moment. That makes them quite greedy, doesn't it? I mean, win after win, after pole position, after pole position, after win, after... Why not? Another win. If they couldn't get greedy enough, they have 2 teams on the grid. That second team being RB. Once called Toro Rosso, once called AlphaTauri. And now, Visa Cash App RB, VCarb. What the fuck is that name? The team is just a junior team for Red Bull. It is arguably the most controversial team on the grid. Why does a team have 2 teams on the grid? You know, it's why? If you're new to the sport, I hope you actually took something in, and do you know what? And now you can hopefully make an informed decision on who you can support and who you can avoid. I'm not going to tell you who to support who you want, but like, and for those who are just watching this for the fun of it, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you don't fall under a car, because then you can't watch my videos, and then that makes me sad because you're not here with them. Anyway, hope you have a safe and fantastic rest of your day. Don't die and push.